Hi everyone, if you are new here, I am Lauren-Jane. I'm a surgical doctor, current CT2 and MRCS Part B takerer. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, please like and subscribe. So the point of this video was effectively to walk with me through Part B, because I'm sure many of you who are taking it are kind of nervous about what the day is going to entail. So this is not a resources for Part B video. This is a kind of a vlog really of what I was up to on the day. So we're going to do the introduction and you're going to see me walking through the morning and kind of getting dressed and things like that. And then when we get to the end of the video, I'll pop you back here and I'll give you a summary of how the examiners were and what I felt. And do you know what? If you are nervous about this, hang in there because I've got really good news for you. Hi everyone, welcome back. It is MRCS day for me, Part B, and I'm going to be taking you with me to show you what happens on MRCS day. So for me, my baby is 9 months old. You probably hear her crying, actually, she's with dad. Because it's such a long day, because I'm in Sheffield, you've got to drive there, you want to be there early enough, don't you, that you don't get stuck in traffic jam. And then you get held in a holding pen for like an hour, I suppose, because the previous session, so my session starts, I have to be there from 12, but there's a morning session running at the moment. I assume they have to hold us so that the stations are the same so that they can leave without telling us the stations. And then the exam itself is like 3.5 hours, so I'm not going to be released till 6. So in terms of having a very small baby, it's just too long a day in terms of breastfeeding for me to not take her with me. So dad's coming, he's going to wander around with baby all day, bless his little heart, because that's, you know, we don't have any option other than that. So that's what we're going to do. They tell you that you need to take 3 things with you. So you need to take a stethoscope, you need to take ID, photo ID, and there's a letter that you need to take as well that has your candidate number on it. Those seem to be the only 3 things that you need to take, and you need to get there an hour before the exam starts. So for me, that's 12:15. So I'm just in the process of getting ready. I'll show you my dress. Talk to my friends about what to wear. Something that makes you feel really confident, something elegant. I was kind of going for the obviously they're all consultants, they're going to examiners, so I was thinking about what you'd kind of want to wear in clinic as a registrar, make them think reg. That's kind of what I'm going for. So I've gone for a really special dress. This is in a different print, obviously. This is Kate's engagement dress, and I bought it on eBay for £40. I'll show you when I go downstairs. And it makes me feel really beautiful and really good. Most of my clothes still don't fit postpartum, so I bought this specifically. I'm taking a book because you get put in this holding pen for an hour and everyone's going to be really anxious, and everyone keeps telling me this is the worst bit, just sitting there stewing. So I've got a book to take and I'll show you what that is later. I hope this is the only disaster of the day. I asked Ash to get me tights and he bought nude tights and he's bought these back. Now, most women will know, men you'll be like, I don't know what's wrong with these are nude tights. Okay, so this is the colour of my skin and these are the colour of the tights. So luckily I've managed to find a pair of my colour tights in the drawer. And we've got a little hole in that if it's between, you know, I feel like really old ladies used to wear, you know, tights that were 2 or 3 colours too dark for them. So he's like, they're nude. I was like, yes, they are nude, but they're nude for a different woman than me. This is, you know, for someone who's much more blessed with tan than I am. So we're going to get rid of those. Actually got a bit of a shoe disaster really, because if you watch these videos you know that I've got loads and loads of shoes, but these are all a bit whimsical and I don't really want to come across as a bit flighty. I think these are like sort of the best option. I'm like looking for sensible, not yeah, whatever that is. Mucho incredible shoes, but yeah, messy and not what the day calls for. Sadly, I look a bit bulkier than I wanted, but I am postpartum, so I guess this is what we've got. MRCS day so far not uneventful. We pulled into a service station obviously because my exam is at starts at 1, just to get something to eat while I'm in that holding thing, and someone just completely drove into us. So I don't think a car accident is the best way to start an exam. So obviously we've got baby in the car as well. We're all fine, they're all fine. It's quite a lot of damage to their car, not very much to ours, but what an absolute nightmare. I just feel really stressed, and I mean honestly, who does this happen to? Hello, welcome back. So you watched all my kind of on the day footage, and after I finished I just was not in a place to vlog. My head was like, you know, off the scale, drained. So I can't remember if it's 16 or 18 stations, a couple of rest stations, but kind of by the time we got to about 13 I was absolutely wrecked. So I said that I had some good news for you, and I do. This is the best exam I have ever taken. So not in terms of my own performance, but basically what happens is you get there, there's a morning session, there's an afternoon session. I was in the afternoon session. So you're kind of kept quarantined while the morning session kind of get brought in and debriefed, and then they leave. And after they leave, you get taken around a series of rooms, of which most are set up as examiner and you. Some there is no examiner in the room because it's a telephone consultation, and some are obviously clinical, you know, do a procedure stations, and some are literally just you and the examiner talking about a topic where they will grill you on some physiology or something like that. It's very much a kind of ring the bell and you go in, you get a minute to read the text, and then you go in. Gosh, I look tired. It's because I've been at work all day. But at least I've been at work as, you know, Miss Part B. So that's what's going to happen. You're going to go in. The bell's going to go ding, ding, ding. You know, you read your little text. You get a minute. You're going to go in. They should be prompting you, so you do get like a bit of a warning at the end. And the stations are obviously broken down into like applied physiology, anatomy, quite a few anatomy stations. I think there are 3 or 4, can't remember what it was. Clinical skills and communication-y stuff. And honestly, I actually quite enjoyed it. I really felt like, I don't know if you've ever experienced this, but in an exam, your examiner's like trying to really make you work for it before they'll let you pass into the hallowed world of whatever. It's not like that at all. I really felt like I was being examined by very impressive colleagues. I recognise some of them from, you know, the world of medicine, you know, publishing textbooks and online anatomy resources and things like that. But I really felt that almost all of, there was like 1 or 2 examiners that were really hard and I couldn't really read them. But mostly I felt like I was sitting with a colleague who was examining my knowledge on a topic, and they did their best to set me at ease actually. So it does last for 3.5 hours. I was exhausted. Obviously, that's why I didn't make the video straight away, because I was just absolutely exhausted by it. So that's the process. Go in, get quarantined, ring the bell, go in, do all of your stations. I have to say, like, if you can do a mock, because I mean, I did a mock and I did 8 stations. And that was fine, but honestly, by the time I'd gone to, there are a couple of rest stations, but by the time I had gotten to about station 13, because it was like, I did mine in Sheffield, so there are like lots of different corridors going off different places, and I kind of got to 13 and I couldn't remember how many stations there were, and I kind of saw that there was like a whole thing before I got back to where I started, and honestly, I was like, I don't know how much like fresh mental capacity I've got here. But yeah, it was much better than Part A. Part A was a nightmare. I failed Part A 3 times. So if you failed Part A, then keep in there. It's going to be all right. Part B, I passed first time. It was absolutely fine. So this is my Part B MRCS vlog. If you've got any questions about MRCS, how I found the process, etc, just leave them in the comments below and I will answer them for you as soon as I can. So thank you so much. Please leave me comments in terms of kind of what you want to know, what you want from these videos. I'm in plastics now. I've just, I'm back. climbing plastics. It's so exciting. I can't wait to tell you all about it. But if you have any questions about CST, any of the MRCSs, plastics, anything really, just let me know, and I'll get to it. So thank you so much for watching.